Hello, I'm Carol, and I welcome you to week 5 and 6 combined for Relaxation Sunday or Yoga with Carol. And I just want to not only welcome you, but just to let you know I'm not a trained yoga instructor. However, the instructions and activities that we'll be doing today have all been reviewed and approved by a senior advanced yoga therapist who's also a physical therapist. The key is that you remember to focus and work within your limits. So listen to your body. When we do stretches, for example, you shouldn't feel any pain. You should just go to the limit of tightness and back off if you feel any pain in the stretch, for example. Also, if whenever you feel some pain, you want to back off, modify your position. I'll try to give modifications as we go, or use props like blankets or pillows to help enable you to maintain good balance and health as you need it. This session again is going to be divided into 3 sections. The first one is pranayama or breathing exercise. The second one is the asana practice, which will be vinyasa yoga, a flow of different postures with some repeated, and then the relaxation section. So we're going to begin with pranayama. So I want everyone to go and either sit in the chair or to lie down in savasana pose or corpse pose. So make sure you have a pillow or a blanket, a thin pillow or a blanket to help keep your neck in alignment with your spine. And also if you're chilly, you may want to have a blanket to cover you. And first keep your knees bent up on the feet on the floor and your knees bent. And kind of wiggle yourself around to get in the position that you need. And then have your arms out to your sides a bit at an angle that's comfortable for you. Palms facing upward. And then fingers might be curled slightly. Don't force them down or anywhere. And then slowly lower one leg to the floor, lengthen through the leg and let the foot flap outward. Let your other leg flop to the floor and lengthen outward so that your legs are a little wider or more wider than hip width apart as is comfortable for you. Close your eyes, tuck your chin under a little bit, and begin to pay attention to your breathing. You'll feel cool air coming in on the inhales, and just letting your body breathe. You're just observing this whole time. And warmer, moisture air will be coming up from your lungs, crossing over your throat and out the base of your nose, the back of your nose. Just let it dissipate out into the world and let go of yourself every time you exhale. So cool air in, face the nose, down the throat, into the lungs. Warmer, moisture air flowing out from the lungs, up across the throat and out the base of the nose. Your body is breathing regularly and evenly, smoothly. If a thought comes to your mind, just return to the cool air in at the base of the nose. Warmer air out. Notice how your abdomen or chest, your rib cage are moving in relationship to the breathing that your body's doing. Just make observations and continue to focus mostly on the cool air in, warm, moist air. Let go of your shoulders and arms under your arms. Let go of your back, upper, mid, and lower back. Let go of the thighs on each leg, the knee, the calves and shin. Let go of your each foot, your left foot and your right foot. Just let everything go. Let go of your neck. Your brain weighs heavy against the base of your skull. Your eyes are deep in their sockets. Your ears are floppy and loose. Your forehead and temples melt away. Your nose is broad, soft. Give a little half smile to yourself, and on the exhale, just let that go. Let the chin and the jaw go. And now I want you to touch your breath merely by directing the inhale to fill your abdominal cavity. So you'll feel and your belly rise, and then exhale and the belly deflates. Also on the inhale, think of inhaling into your buttocks and lower back, so the whole abdominal cavity all the way around is filled with the cool air, and then exhaling the warmer, moisture air that's mingled around in the blood in your body. Cool air in, noticing in your abdomen, warmer moisture air out. See if you can feel your intestines. See if you can feel your lower back inflating and deflating, the sides inflating and deflating. Letting go, relaxing, directing the breath to fill the hip pockets, the whole pelvis area, and then letting those go as they deflate. Actually, I was just reading up and doing this type of focus for, if you did this for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, just on this area of your body with the abdominal breathing and your thinking of your genital area and your intestines, the lower back, the pelvis, and the buttocks. Just breathing in through the air and releasing, and just watching your body breathe for you. That this can be very helpful if you're constipated, and it starts loosening things up for you. So it's worth 5 or 10 minutes for a helping thing like that. Now we're going to want you to start inhaling and exhaling through your mouth instead of your nose. So inhale through your mouth, exhale, and just notice what in your abdomen inflates easily, what's a little bit different from breathing through your nose. If the air is feeling as cool when it comes in and as warm as it comes out, just notice anything that comes to your attention, but continue to direct the air into your abdomen, front and back and sides. Breathing in through the mouth and out through the mouth. Completely bypassing that whole base and upper base of the nose and the whole upper part of the throat, so you can focus on the base of your throat or the bottom back of your throat. And now I want you to think of that, the base of your throat, the back there. And I want you to think of just constricting it, each side, the muscles coming in a little bit closer. And on the inhale and the exhale, each time say the word ha, and kind of close off the base of your throat. So ha, 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 ha. My breathing's a little rapid. You go at your own pace. But you want to get it as deep into the back of your throat as you can. So keep trying to go deeper down in your throat. And now I want you to keep thinking of doing the ha, and then constrict that at the base of the throat where the ha was, lower down in your throat, and start inhaling and exhaling through your nose. And you're still going to be making a sound when you do this. For some of you who are Star Wars fans, you can think of this as the Darth Vader breath. It's also called Ujjayi breath, or ocean breath, the sound of the waves. Work on making it smooth in and out. Just like you're constricting your throat, this is a little bit as if you're having a garden hose with a little trickle of water coming out, and you put your thumb over it, constricting the space, and that increases the force of the water that comes out, so you can spray it at someone or at the plants. And this also, with the Ujjayi breath, and constricting at the very back and base of your throat, you are increasing the flow of your air. This is very helpful for energizing you, and during the asana section that we'll move into here, this will be something that I will be asking you to do periodically. It's also a good breath to do when you're lifting weights or doing strength conditioning activities, exercises, because it adds more of a aerobic component to it. So slowly over the next couple inhales, slowly allow the light to come into your eyes. And I want you to bring your legs almost together so they're straight out from your hips. And on an inhale, inhale your right knee up and bring both hands in to clasp underneath the knee, behind the knee. And on an exhale, slowly bring that knee as close to your chest as is comfortable. Remember, no pain, particularly in that lower back. It may be tight, that's okay, but no pain. On the inhale, the knee is pushed out and away. On the inhale, you draw it in toward your chest, only as is comfortable, far as is comfortable for you. Inhale, the knee goes out and away. Exhale, bring the right knee to your right shoulder. And you're inhaling the knee out and away. Exhale the knee to the right shoulder. We're just slowly warming up some of the ligaments and muscles here, lots of the alignment. I forgot to have you check in with the rate of your thoughts after you did Ujjayi breath, but as you probably did, notice that the rate of your thinking has slowed. Now bring your right knee toward your left shoulder, and just see how it works different areas of the stretching in your body. And then back to center. And on an exhale, release the foot to the floor, your arms, and lengthen through the legs so it goes out. And flop your legs wider than hip width apart, and just observe. Compare the left leg to the right leg. Just notice what you'll notice. Consider how your lower back is against the floor. I notice that my right leg is just a tad bit longer than my left leg. I'm loosening up the muscles there. And it's flatter against the ground. You make whatever observations of your body as it is. Then bring both your legs close together and inhale the left knee up, clasping your hands behind the knee in that fold of the knee. And on an exhale, draw your knee straight into your chest, just at proper level. Keep your chin tucked a bit. Inhale that knee out and away. Draw it back in straight into your chest. Inhale out and away. And then exhale it toward your left shoulder. So left knee toward your left shoulder, only as is comfortable. Notice how this is a different stretch from the other one. Exhale, left knee to left shoulder, only as is comfortable for you. You're not going to touch your shoulder. You're just going in that direction of your left shoulder. And on the next Exhale, draw in toward your right shoulder. Notice the change in what's being stretched. Continue again toward the right shoulder. And then bring it in straight to your chest on the exhale. And on your next exhale, slowly lower your arms to the floor, palms up. Let that foot drop down and away. And again, legs wider than hip width apart, feet flop apart. And just notice how the left side now is in comparison to the right. If there's a difference in your breathing. Now I want you to bring your legs back together. And on an inhale, I want you to bring both knees up together and put one hand behind each of the knees, the left hand under the left knee, and so forth. And now on an exhale, slowly draw both knees in toward your chest, only as far as is comfortable. No tightness, no pain. You may not have tightness, but you're still stretching. Inhale, the knees away and out. Exhale, draw them in. Slowly and gently to the pace of your own breathing. And just feel where you're getting a different type of a stretch. And now with the knees up toward your chest, slowly, slightly drop them from one side. Just a very slight movement from one side to the other. Not very much at all. Just a little bit. Just kind of waking up the base of the spine, waking up the whole spine, moving another part of the body and rhythm with each other. And then as you loosen up, you can drop just a little bit more to each side as is comfortable for you. And on the next exhale, let your feet come to the floor and your hands and arms down at your sides, palms up. On the next exhale, let your feet drop back down. And just notice your lower back against the floor, your buttocks, your upper back, your shoulders. Let's see if there's anything different from before. And now I want you to come on, slowly roll to your side and come up onto your hands and knees. We're going to do some cat-cow stretches to continue warming up. You may want to have a blanket under your hands and another one under your knees, particularly if you're not on a mat or carpeted floor. Or not, it's up to you. So you want to splay your hands out on the mat, and your thumbs are pointing toward each other. Your hands are underneath your shoulders, shoulder width apart, and your knees are hip width apart underneath your hips, and your feet are flat down on the floor. So you're going to inhale, and that's going to increase your stomach with the cow, and your head will come up, your shoulder blades are backing down. And when you exhale, draw the belly button, the abdominals up and toward your spine, and let your head fall. Keep the shoulder blades back and down and release them. Inhale, cow, stomach filling, abdomen, head up, only as is comfortable, don't let your neck pinch. And then exhale, draw in that abdomen. Use those abdominals to help with your neck. Don't arch your back too much. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And now I want you to walk your hands forward a little bit, keeping them splayed in starfish position. Curl your toes under. Should probably go this way. I'm not sure which way is better. So I want you to curl your toes under, hands are away from you, and lightly Bring it up to your fingertips and outside of your palms, pressing through your palms and your toes, and your toes are wider than hip width apart. Press up and press your bottom to the sky into downward facing dog. You are looking slightly forward with your head between your arms. Your shoulder blades are relaxed, sliding down. And you're pressing toward the floor with your heels, but your heels are not touching the floor. The more you press your bottom up in the sky, the more you're going to feel a stretch down your whole leg, back of your leg particularly. And now we're going to begin to pedal, so bring in your left knee and drop your right heel to the floor, pressing through the whole leg, lengthening through it, to the whole, up through the spine, down through both arms. Don't let your pelvis drop to one side. Switch to the left leg, right leg comes in, left heel comes to the floor. Feeling the stretch, maybe particularly in the calves and the hamstrings, but lengthening your leg all the way through to the spine. Switch to the right heel down. Switch to the left heel down. And now I want you to come into plank position. So your legs are straightening out. Your hands come under your shoulders. Hands are still in starfish position, splayed. Keep the buttock up. So you're in a tabletop position with your back. Use your abdominals and glutes to hold you in this plank position. Shoulders back and down. And now I want you to bring your right knee in, bring the right foot up, in between your two hands. You might need to pick up your right foot with your right hand and place it there. And I want you to make sure your right knee is over your right ankle, and making sure your big toe is making contact with the ground, and your weight is toward the outside of your heel so that your knee presses outward, your right knee. And then let that toe slide out on the left leg, and you want to straighten that left leg and lengthen through the heel, which presses down and out but doesn't touch the floor. You probably recognize this as a lunge position. And just keep lengthening, breathing. Let's do Ujjayi breath. Constrict at the base of your nose, at the very base back of your throat. So you're a little Darth Vader out there. Now I want you to release the toes on your left foot and slowly lower your knee to the ground. Let the left foot get flat on the floor. Keep your right knee over your right ankle as you kind of stretch the leg backward a bit. We're going to go into, you'll notice that this is stretching out your quadriceps. Keep the right knee pressing outward. And I want you to inhale and slowly push off with your hands and raise up. Drop your hips downward, keeping the right knee over the right ankle. Inhale your arms up and the palms together, only as far as is comfortable for you. You can make them overhead and slightly back a little bit, head looking at your hands. Lengthen through your arms, lengthen through that left leg, keeping the right kneecap over the right ankle, pressing outward. We're now stretching all major body muscles. And now let's do some Ujjayi breathing. Use your abs and glutes to help you balance in this position. On the next exhale, release your hands to the floor slowly, back on either side of your right foot. Curl the toes on your left foot. And bring the right foot back and go back into downward facing dog. Heels are pressing toward the floor. Feet are wider than hip width apart. The bottom is up in the air. Hips between your arms, shoulders away and back. And now come to plank, using your abs. And then draw your left knee up between your two hands. You might need to use your left hand to move your foot there. And then make sure your left knee is over your left ankle. Make sure they're lining up. And pressing the left big toe down and going to the outside of your foot heel while the big toe is still making contact with the floor. So you're turning that left knee outward a bit to engage the thighs more directly. Lower. Oh, no, you don't. What you want to do is lengthen through that right leg all the way through the heel that you press out and down. So it's straightening out the leg, but you really want to think of lengthening, not just pressing, but lengthening through the whole leg from the heel all the way back up through your spine. And keeping a broad chest, you might want to raise your head a bit. Keep those shoulder blades back and down. Knee over the ankle, knee going outward on the left leg. Pressing, lengthening through the right leg, particularly on the exhales. Might want to try Ujjayi breathing. Release the breath, normal. On an exhale, lower the right knee to the floor. Uncurl your toes so your foot's flat against the floor. Make sure your left knee is still above your left ankle and pressing outward. And then as you inhale, drop into your hips. Use your glutes and abs. Press through your left foot to raise yourself up. And then you want to raise your arms on an inhale, raise them up, palms together, head following your palms. Maybe a slight back bend using your abs and your glutes, keeping your knee over your ankle. Obviously a balanced position. Try some Ujjayi breath. This is crescent moon position. On the next exhale, slowly lower your arms and your head following, placing your hands on either side of the left foot. Come up on the toes of your right foot and bring your left foot back into downward facing dog. Bringing that rear end up and stretching down through the heels, through the whole leg, but the heels are not touching the ground. Shoulder blades back and down. Come into plank. We're going to do rock and roll push-ups. What you want to do is take your left knee and bring it in and up toward your chest, and your chin drops toward the kneecap. Press that leg up in your chest, and then on an exhale, slowly with your shoulders over your hands, extend that left leg out, but no higher, a little lower than hip width apart. Lengthen through the foot and the toes. Then bring that left knee back into your chest. Chin drops to kneecap. Press, press. Then exhale and slowly lengthen through that left leg all the way through the pointed toes. Legs not is just below hip high. One more time in. And one more time, left leg out. Shoulders over your hands. And return to downward facing dog. This is our more frequent, is used as a rest position between asanas. Now return to plank. Bring that right knee in a rock roll push-up. Press the right leg up against your chest and the chin goes toward your kneecap. Shoulders over your hands. Shoulders back and down. Exhale, lengthen through that leg. Shoulders over the hands. Lengthen all the way through the toe. All the way up the back of the leg, through the spine, to the crown of your head. Bring it back in. Chin tucking toward it. Pressing the knee up into your chest. Release it on an exhale back. Lengthening through the leg. And one more time. In and up. Chin down. And exhaling out and back. Lengthen through that leg. Toes. Shoulders over your hand. And then return to downward facing dog. Now I want you to return to plank. Bring your legs, walk your feet together. Use your abs and glutes for the plank. And then as you exhale, slowly lower your legs first. And then to your thighs, uncurling your toes so your feet are flat and their legs together. Bend your elbows as you come down. And don't put your elbows on the floor. Keep them bent. Raise your arm, your chest. Oops, let me back up. Change angle. So, your elbows are bent and off the floor. And your head facing forward. Broad chest, shoulder blades back and down. This is low cobra. Use your abs while your toes are uncurled. Lengthen through your legs. If you want, just protecting your lower back. Press through your hands and straighten your elbows. Don't lock them. Head is facing forward. Keep the chin tucked slightly. Use your abdomen and glutes. Try, this is upper cobra. And try Ujjayi breath. Return and curl your toes. Come back into downward facing dog. Pushing bringing your legs wide apart. Pushing that rear end up into the sky. The more you push it up, the more you get a stretch on your legs. Return to plank using those abs, glutes. Then bring your feet together. And on an exhale, slowly lower legs, upper legs down to the bottom of your rib cage, bending your elbows but not touching the floor. And keeping your head looking forward, broad chest, shoulder blades back and down. Low cobra, lengthening through your legs, your toes, all the way in your spine. Engage those abs and glutes. And if you want, you can straighten the elbows a little bit more or all the way. You really need to use your abs. You can try Ujjayi breath if you want, or say regular breath. Now curl the toes under, return to downward. Actually, this time, let's go, just go to your hands and knees, walk your hands out a bit, and slowly go into child's posture. You want to bring your bottom towards your knees, but only at what ways is comfortable for you, or you might need to have a blanket or pillow as a bolster here or underneath your chest. You want to have your legs hip width apart, your knees and your toes are together. Slowly dropping only as it's comfortable, tucking your knees. Drop your forearms to the ground, your elbows coming in towards your knees. When you want to rest our forehead down, you need to support it with a fist on top of a fist. Resting your forehead on top of that, shoulder blades back and down. On each exhale, you slowly lower your bottom a little lower as is comfortable. If you want, you can bring your elbows back behind your knees and go all the way to the floor with your forehead. This is the other common resting posture. No Ujjayi breath here, just like we did no Ujjayi breath in the downward facing dog. Breathe deeply in, long inhale, long exhale. Walk your hands out, return to plank position, shoulders over your hands, and hands blade and starfish. And bring your legs together again, slowly lower as if you're going into cobra, but this time come all the way down. Your upper body's still upward, but you come to your elbows, your forearms are on the ground, your elbows are underneath your shoulders. Legs together and lengthening. You raise your head, shoulders back and down, engage the abs and the glutes. Elbows are close in and underneath your shoulders. Hands splayed. This is Sphinx posture. Now let's do some Ujjayi breath here. Obviously, you're opening up your chest, shoulders back and down. A great stretch. Really helps to build up for your lower back as well as stretching it without hurting it. And now push back into child's posture. And so your hips are underneath, your knees are under your hips, hip width apart, your toes together. And slowly lower your body down, your bottom toward your heels, moving your arms into your forearms. Now elbows in. You want to stack your fists and rest your forehead on them. Or you can bring the elbows even in, back behind your knees, close next to your legs. Let your forehead rest. Even breathing, no Ujjayi breath. Long inhale, long exhale. And then inhale, come up to your hands and knees. Good job. This is the end of the Vinyasa yoga flow. We're going back into Savasana pose. So make sure you have something for underneath your head. You might want a blanket over you because we've warmed up here a bit during this series, and you're going to cool down quickly and get a little chilly. So even if it seems counterintuitive at the moment, you're going to want that blanket over you. And make sure you get in position with your knees on the floor. Make any adjustments, palms up, arms out to the sides a bit, and then legs flap out, feet flap out wider than hip width apart at your comfort level. Tuck your chin under slightly and close your eyes. Tune into your breathing. Notice the rate of your breathing. It's probably a little bit faster than what you're used to at this stage. That's okay. If you feel really warm, you might want to do the cooling breath that we did a couple times ago, where you stick out your tongue, curl it if you can, and breathe in through your mouth over your tongue, and exhale through your nose. So you can do 5 cooling breaths, and then return to your regular breathing. Any thought comes into mind, just smile and let it go. Feel the cool air in, warm air out as your body breathes for you, and the rate of your breathing slows. Your body is taking even exhales and even inhales, cool air in at the base of the nose, down the throat into the lungs, where the air turns and warm air comes out of the lungs, across the throat, and out through the base of the nose. Just let that exhale linger, floating out past your feet, out into the world. Carbon dioxide out for the plants, and then the body inhales the oxygen that the plants give off. And now I want you to picture as if there's a whirling ball of light above your head. It's almost like a whirlpool of light over your head. And I want you to imagine that light, it's a healing, warm light. And it's slowly, as you inhale, you're inhaling that light, healing light into your body. So first your throat opens as your body inhales, and that light just rushes in and down and fills your lungs with warmth and tingling, healing light. And as you exhale, the warmth and tingling remains, and you gather more of the light that's all around you now. It's swirling all around you, but it's a calm in the eye of this storm of light, this beautiful, glittering, warming radiance that you inhale and fill your abdomen, your lower back, your mid back, your upper back. Shoulders are all warm and feeling healthy in this healing light, as if you've been made whole, each in that whole torso of your body. And then let that light, as you inhale the next time, come down your right arm all the way to the fingertips, so that the light almost sparks off your fingertips, and everything tingles and glows with the healing light and the warmth. Oh, how warm it feels. In fact, it feels so warm that the fat is starting to just melt and drip out of your body. And then as you release your shoulders and your underarms, even more of the fat of your right arm and from your torso, the heat is just melting that fat away, leaving healthy, fit muscles, toned. And now let that light on another inhale fill your whole left shoulder and left arm all the way to the fingertips. Fingertips and the hand, the forearm and the upper arm and the shoulder and the left side are all warm, filled with this bright, glowing, healing light, and a warmth that just makes the fat start to melt out of your body, drip by drip. and it becomes even more toned, your whole arm, and healthy and usable, fit and whole, the healing light. And now you inhale that light all the way down your right leg to your right toes, all the way. And everything in that right leg, that right buttock, everything is just filled with all this healing light, and it feels so wonderful as your leg is restored, as the fat melts away without you having to do anything except taking in this light and letting it just tingle and run through you, so much so it radiates out from you even as it fills you. On the next inhale, let that healing, warm, rushing light go all the way out down your left buttocks to the left leg, out through the toes. Wow, you're just full of this healing light. So much so you're almost sparking off with the energy of the light. And all the fat in your left leg, even in your big toe and little toes, it's just melting away, leaving you fit and healthy and whole. And you just bask in this light and picture yourself as if you're on a beach. And you're just walking on a beach. The sand is warm but not too hot underneath you. The waves come over your feet with coolness but not too cold. The light just is still shimmering, but it doesn't hurt your eyes, and you just keep walking faster because nothing hurts. It's so easy to move, and you picture yourself at the end of your journey at your goal weight, all toned and fit. And this may be a month from now, might be 6 months, a year from now, 2 years. But you are whole as you never have been before. Everything is working in sync with each other. And the light just keeps giving you more energy, so you walk faster and faster without feeling any effort at all, until you start jogging and running and even sprinting in the glory of the light. And it doesn't even make your heart rate go too fast. It's like you were born to run, to experience the water splashing around you, the light splashing around you, splashing inside of you, warm and healing. You are glowing with this healing light and fit and whole. You can picture yourself strong and moving easily, everything moving in conjunction with each other. You have no effort here, and your body is just toned, and all the muscles and ligaments, the organs and the skin, the tissues and the fascia, they're all working as one finely honed machine. But it's more than that, because you have all of this light and golden warmth filling you and guiding you and giving you this energy, so much so that you can picture yourself walking through your days being so productive, and just you're able to rest in the stillness of the light and the calm and peace, even as you're filled with the energy. And right now, as you slow and you decide, as the sun sets, you sit on the beach. Maybe you even lie down on the beach with your arms and legs spread eagle. You feel the warmth of the sand in the back of you, and just bask in the fading glows of the reds and the oranges and the purples. And you just feel such calm and stillness, peace, silence, all within you, within this light. This healing light brings you such peace, such a quietness in the very center of your being. Still, warm, light, airy, all the time in the world, just now. This whole moment is enough as it is. How beautiful you are. How beautiful the light makes you, shining on you, shining in you. The light steady, and your heart is steady. The breath just in and out all by itself. To rest in quiet with yourself. And on the next inhale, you smile, a little half smile to yourself, and let it go. And just experience how peace resides all through every cell of your body. You are so calm, quiet, still. Now inhale into your left leg all the way to your left toes. Wiggle your left toes, move the foot up and down, and then circle your left foot in one direction slowly. Slowly circle it in the other direction, feeling the bones come back into play in your whole leg. On your next inhale, inhale down your whole right leg down to your toes, which wiggle, squeeze, and press out. And you can move the foot up and down, and then slowly circle your right foot in one direction, slowly in the other direction, wakening up those bones again, bringing them back to shape and form. Inhale down your whole right arm, your right fingers start to move, tingling with that warmth and feeling light still. You lightly squeeze and release, touching your thumb to your first finger, thumb to your second finger, thumb to your ring finger, thumb to your pinky. Wiggling, circle your wrist slowly in one direction and then slowly in the other direction. On another inhale, all the way down your left arm to your left fingers, which start to wiggle, and they squeeze gently and press back out. And your thumb touches your pinky finger, and then it touches your ring finger, touches your middle finger, touches your first finger, and you slowly roll the wrist. Your left hand slowly rolls in one direction, and slowly rotates in the other direction. And still keeping that calm and peace, that light and energy, potential energy. Move slowly over the next couple inhales. Slowly let the light come into your eyes. Sorry about the phone. Didn't think to turn it off. And I welcome you back. And I pray that you can take that peace and that calm, the stillness, the energy and light, that you can bring that with you into this holiday season and spread that light to all of those around you, family and friends, strangers, people behind you in line, the people who are at the post office, all around you, the children as they're out of school. And I just want to say how much I've enjoyed this journey with you, how glad I am for who you are right now. You are perfect as you are right now. Accept yourself as you are right now, even as you can picture yourself at after losing the weight you want. And I just am so thankful and appreciate who you are becoming, your dedication. And so I say namaste to you, and may you have a blessed Merry Christmas and a happy, blessed New Year. Namaste.